I've been so kind of depressed since John left and about the breakup and everything. But what I've been thinking back to is, when I was much younger and, and I had the abortion, a long time ago. Because I think that has come back into my mind over the last few months.
So what do you think the link is between your low mood and the abortion and the breakup?
Well, I think it's because, my hopes were pinned on John as the person who I would have a baby with, and that never happened. And then I've been thinking back to, the chance that I had and threw away has been more kind of one and only chance really, and I've blown it now. I'm not going to get another one.
So you pinned all you wanted the baby, and you pinned all your chances in John, and obviously since that broke up, you're thinking that's not going to happen now. And is that bringing back a memory?
Well, it's just making me feel, that I did have that chance once, and I've blown it, and I never realised at the time just what a chance it was really.
So it brings that incident back to mind. Does it bring it back as a picture or a thought, or is it just a thought like you've blown it, or is it images or a memory? Or?
No, I actually kind of remember it in pictures. I remember, where I was when I was pregnant and what I was doing and what the kinds of things that I experienced and did and how I dealt with it. I remember it all really, really clearly.
But are you remembering that in a kind of constructive way, or is that just contributing to your low mood?
I don't think it's constructive, no, because at every juncture I'm now in with the benefit of hindsight, saying, well, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done that differently, or why didn't I get some help and more support, or I could have had that baby. And
so it's increased your rumination about that incident.
I think, yeah, because before John went, I wouldn't hardly ever think about it much at all. I suppose it's only now that he's gone.
So he's gone, and that's giving you a sense that chance of having a baby, which we know from before is absolutely fundamental to you and gives you a sense of being a complete person and learning, is less likely or very unlikely to happen, which has knocked your mood down, but then given you a lot of memories of the abortion and a lot of negative thoughts and rumination about that abortion now. And do you remember what we said about rumination and how it affects your mood? What do we say about that?
Well, I think I recognise that it just makes me feel worse actually. It makes me feel more low when I do that, and more upset.
Well, what do you think we need to do about that rumination, about that incident in particular? What do you think needs to happen there?
Well, my friend Sue said to me that, we would all do things differently with the benefit of hindsight, but I've just got to accept that's what I did at the time, and that's the decision I made, and at the time that was the right decision for me.
So do you think this is something about trying to understand the reasons why you made that decision at the time? Have you thought about that?
Well, I know why I made the decisions at the time, and I think they were the wrong reasons now.
Did you think they were the right reasons at the time?
But at the time I felt like I just didn't have any more choices, so I had to do it.
So it's easy in hindsight perhaps to think you might not have been the right decisions now. your current situation, but it seemed quite logical at the time.
Well, it wasn't easy, and it wasn't, it wasn't easy, but I didn't feel like I had a choice at the time, so I just kind of went along and went down that route. I guess I just didn't feel like I had a choice.
So one thing might be suicide to maybe do a bit of work and thinking over the reasons or the context of why you made that decision. But it sounds like you're getting quite a lot of distressing and unpleasant images around that. You were telling me earlier. Is that right? I wonder if we could transform them in some way or alter them, or is that an idea? Sometimes you almost have to go back and re-experience some of these things and transform them. That might be some help to transform them and make them more less distressing.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
Yeah, let's take another angle. And what do you think might be, apart from the thinking through the reasons why it happened, can you think of some other reasons, other strategies or ways of thinking about that might help you come to terms with it?
Well, I was young and kind of inexperienced, and so I just did, I suppose, what a lot of young, inexperienced girls do. Don't know.
Just thinking, I wonder, sometimes what we've done in the past is done an imagery exercise in which the older person almost speaks to the younger person, the younger person speaks to the older person, and gets a different perspective, and that can be quite a powerful exercise. Do you think that might be worth doing as an idea?
What, pretending to talk to myself when I was younger?
But more, is it actual image of actually imagining yourself going back in time, or you coming forward, or the old younger person coming forward in time, or we'd have to think it through what might be the best way to do it. But it leads to a bit of emotional engagement and allows an easier transformation of meaning and maybe a degree of self-forgiveness or understanding. We could work for that, but if we were going to do that, we could try and think it through and structure it up a little bit as a behavioural experiment or an imagery exercise. Is that worth thinking about?
I think it would be worth thinking about, because I know that I look back at that younger person, and I'm very critical of her and
So maybe would it help to be less critical of her, to maybe find a way of being less critical of her and to engage with her? Let's try and think about taking that forward, yeah?